Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? Great to be back. Yeah, I'm excited. Oh, good to have you. Well, I see there's only three panos in there, but that's partly my fault, I believe. Um, the steps left out a crucial step that I emailed you over the weekend, which was there's a step in here to save as. I'll bring up the document here. When you're creating a panoramic on Demander, there's a step to after you click on the little gear icon, I have you upload. I forgot to tell you the step of save full image to desktop. Some of you probably figured that out, I'm guessing, since there's three of them out there. But I did not put that in the steps. So no big deal. We can do that tonight. If you don't, but is that step right there on step F where it says click on icon that looks like a gear, click upload. That was in there, but the click save large image to local drive was not in there. And once you put it to your Demander site, there's no way to do it post session. So because of that, let's do I'll have to do the printout of everything next week when we come to class. So if you don't have yours uploaded into the Pano album, let's walk through. How many has your images with you, by the way? All your panoramic images with you? All right. If you don't worry about it. We'll walk through it here real quick how it works. So I want to go over that first so everybody kind of understands it, and it'll be recorded here. So we're using you were supposed to take three sets of panoramic photos, three separate, it could have been the same location, but three separate times. Each panoramic usually has four or more photos. How many of you had between 4 and 6 photos in your panoramic? How many have between 6 and 10? 6 and 10, okay. How many have more than 10? How many did you have? 14, okay. So you just overlap quite a bit, I'm guessing. All right, cool. So you dump them in three separate folders, create a contact sheet with each. I suggest using Picasa, and there's a link to that. You've done that already. So three separate contact sheets. You'll create a separate folder for each panoramic. Then you'll fire up Demander, which we'll look at in a second. You have to sign up for that, but from the Demander site, you're going to choose on step 5 here the best one that you like. Save it as last name.png or JPEG, whatever option it gives you. I think it's PNG option. And then resize it. The resizing option in Pixlr at a 96 DPI, I believe it's like 1275 by 825. That's not a major deal though. If you don't do that, I can resize it before I print it. So I just kind of put that in there so you'll kind of know what the dimensions are, conversion from inches to pixels, and actually depends upon the DPI of that image, whether it be 72 DPI, 96 DPI, 150 DPI, determines on the pixels. And if you just Google the term pixels to inches, there's tons of websites that give you calculations or calculator to do that, just so you know. You don't need to remember what they are. You can just go to any website by Googling it, pixels to inches, and it'll have you select the DPI and then put in the dimensions of inches you want, like 11 by 17. It'll tell you what the pixels would be. Now you can do the same thing in, if you didn't want to use Pixlr, you could use Photoshop, but I'm having the default being Pixlr. So Demander has been out for a while. I have you set up an account with them. If you did not do that yet, you'll need to do that. And I'll show you what it looks like and then how it's to be done. And then we'll just make sure everybody has theirs done by next week. We'll be fine, and we'll do the mat board then. I figured being a week after spring break, most people wouldn't have it done. And so, all right, so here, let's go ahead and I've already logged into my Demander account. It already has a whole bunch of ones folks have done. The gentleman that created this service does it for free, basically, for folks to use. He's a photographer and a programmer both. But I'll show you some of the panoramics I've done here on campus. This is, I believe, the testing center. We did some panoramics on the testing center as far as I actually put in the panoramic itself cards, which if you want to know how to do that, I can show you that, by the way. That wasn't in the actual photo. This was post-session. I put these in the photos and then used Remander to stitch them together. And so folks will know where, students will know where things are at, like help desk and stuff like that. So one of the things you can't do, though, maybe you can, I haven't figured out how to do it. I've never been able to do it anyway. Maybe one of you have figured it out, is being able to download the full quality version of this post creation of the panorama in your account. Anybody figure out how to do that? Because I couldn't figure it out. Okay, so that's what I'm going to show you how to do in a second. Because once you create it, you can then share it with a link, and this link can then be given to anyone to play, just like I just played for you. You can put social media or whatever. It also gives nice analytics of how many people have visited that panorama, and all of these are public that I have up here. But let me show you basically how to do the creation part, which is in the handout, the PDF handout in week 8. So you have to choose first, click create, and then choose 360 or wide angle. We're doing wide angle. You have the folder on your desktop already of the images of your panoramas. And let me go to my example here. It might be in my downloads. Okay, so I have a panoramic here. Looks like 8 images. Make sure there's, 15 through 22, 9 images. Once you select them, click OK and open. It's going to render those images and process them. I wouldn't do anything else while this is happening. And then when it's done, it'll render it as a panoramic for you. It will stitch them together and put it in a rectangular type of image. If you do this in Photoshop using the stitching tool, you have to do the horizontal marquee tool and select your images or your image afterwards. So this one, an extra image or something on the right, but anyway, you get the idea of the panoramic view. It looks like an apartment complex here. But over here on the right side, there's an options. If you hover over here, there's an options gear. If you click on that, you have the option to, and the steps had upload, but I didn't have save as large image. And that's what you need to do. When you save as large image, it's going to save that entire panoramic after it generates it for you. You'll see the full panoramic view here of what it saves or what it's going to save. Hit save as. And I recommend saving it to your desktop. And you only have the option, by the way, from that site to do a JPEG. In the steps, I have PNG, so JPEG's going to be the only steps or the only option within this environment. Then you have to click upload. What this is going to do is upload it into your account, and you have to title it, and that's really it. You don't need to tag it or anything or put location. Just title it and update. It's going to do the same thing and then upload it to your account to where you can view it thereafter and share it. And then others also be able to view it as well that come to this site. Says it's successfully uploaded. Panel 1, visibility public, geotag no. I confirm it now. And it's going to start uploading. And depending on how many images you have, it's going to depend upon, and your upload speeds at home is going to depend on how fast or slow it is. So what I need you to do between now and next Tuesday is what I just did now. If you didn't, because it wasn't in the steps to save it as a local, my bad, you'll have to do that again. So out of the 3 that you chose, that you put up there, one of those you chose as your panoramic. You'll have to recreate it again in Demander, but just make sure when you click on the gear after creation, you save as full quality download to your drive. Make sense? So once it's uploaded to Demander, it gives you a pop-up that says your panorama has been uploaded successfully. Click here to get the embed code. To create another one, click here. Now, if you're a web person and you have a website or you want to post this on a website, it gives you the embed code, and I think I have to click on it within that pop-up. Gives you the embed code for that for you right here. You just basically copy and paste this code into your site. It's right now a JavaScript, but if you wanted an iframe, click on that. Shows you what to do. If you wanted a background image on your site, like this, it shows you exactly what it's going to look like, which is really nice. And then he actually gives you the full code to use for you, which is pretty awesome. The other thing you might not have noticed is it does give you the option on the bottom right of the viewer to view it in 512p or 1024p streaming, which is much higher quality, much more bandwidth, but much better quality, especially those that you took more photos maybe stringed together. So everybody have any questions on that between now and next Tuesday? If you did not download that JPEG from Demander, you'll need to do that. And it's only done on the creation part only. And in the steps for week 8, I did upload the correct PDF with the updated information to help you. Questions on that? All right, so we'll do that next Tuesday, and by next Tuesday, then what we'll see is I'll go into the Pano album tonight. We have 3, or actually we should have 4 in there. 3 in there right now still. This one I did earlier. Squires and Adcock did one, uploaded theirs. So since you already uploaded yours, I'll go ahead and we'll look at it real quick. We'll go to full view here. And let's go to I'm going to go to full render. Okay, who was it that took this one, Squires? Okay, and this was the what, 9 or 12 or whatever photos it was you said on yours? Okay, and a lot of trees. That's kind of tricky on panos, especially getting when you're overlapping. So probably a good idea you overlap quite a bit because of that. You have a lot of vertical lines in your pano. Good job though. It looks great. I got pretty good width from the end of the WTC to about the middle of the student center there. So that's a pretty good width there. Good job. And let's go to the next one. Do I now? Oh, that's all right. We'll just look at it anyway. Internet's like dirt slow tonight. Just gonna blow it up this way, I guess, since it doesn't like me to right click on it right now. All right, so this is a cemetery, correct? How many images did you have to take on this? Three? Okay. 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 That's fine. Yeah, I'd resubmit it. But pretty good pretty good width on this one though, it looks like. Pretty wide spectrum of your layout. So um, yeah, I'm interested in seeing the updated copy. So when we're done next week, what we'll do is once I get everybody's uploaded here, I will need you, if you go into week 8 Panorama assignment, the take home, I updated when I emailed you guys over the week, and I said not only number 3 to send it to Folky, definitely do that. Number 4, submit the full quality image, that JPEG image that you downloaded from Demander. And you really don't need to crop it if you don't want to. Just give me the full quality one here in Eagle, and then submit the URL to your Demander or to your week 2 photo album. We're going to do the Demander this week as far as your the show for your panoramic. So 3 things you're submitting for this assignment is the email to Folky, the full quality image from Demander, and then you don't need to crop that if you don't want to. Just submit the full quality one, and then because that'll help me when I print, the better full quality, the better. And then submit the URL to your week 2 Flickr photo album, which is basically just going to have your image that you've uploaded. When you upload a full quality image to Flickr, it's going to resize it anyway. It's not going to upload the full quality one there anyway because it's a free account. Um, it doesn't keep, so just so you know that, you might not know that, but when you upload images to Flickr, it doesn't keep your full quality image quality. So that's why it's good to kind of keep a backup. And then here is a link to the Folky um, album of everyone's panel once they're done. Questions on week 8 take home between now and next Tuesday? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's why it's better probably for me, for my copy anyway, to do the full quality image without crop. But when you upload it to Flickr, it might be forced to crop it to 11 by 17 just for size purposes. It might not allow it to be that large. So I'm guessing with yours it might be in the 20, 30 meg maybe. I don't know. Oh, okay. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, Now again, if some of yours are vertical too in here, how many's doing a vertical panel? A panel. Some of you did a vertical, right? So yours is going to be the opposite of, instead of 11 by 17, 12 by 17 by 11. And so, yeah, just do the best guesstimate on the cropping. You will have to crop it some though. I really don't want you to cut anything off on your panos though. So if the dimensions aren't exactly 11 by 17, that's fine. But you will have to bring, like, say that, let's do this. If you make it 17, and then whatever the top number is, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So 17 wide and whatever height that gives you, that's fine. That makes sense? You can do that. That way it'll keep the constraints. Five something. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that'll work. All right, cool. Any other questions? All right, so between now and next Tuesday, everybody's going to go through the steps on the document in week 8 take home. I'm pointing to it right now. It's a file needed PDF. Gives you the steps on not only uploading, but how to download it, which I did not have in there. Apologize. So we'll look at those and look forward to when you guys come to class next Tuesday. If you could have them submitted by Sunday, that would give me Monday to print them out and then bring them all to class Monday with the mat boards, because I already have the mat boards, so we can do the matting with your 11 by 17s. Questions on that? All right, so let's go into week 9. Week 9, we're going to be covering landscape, but one of the things I'm having you do in week 9, if I scroll down to week 9 module, one of the assignments I've added in week 9 is my panorama, and I did so a little differently. It's a discussion panorama, and I'll go ahead and click on that and show you what it is. It's a discussion to where you're going to add the link to your Demander link to your panorama site, your panorama photo. So you'll log into your Demander site, log into your account, go to My Account Panoramas, like I did when I showed you the testing center. Find the panorama that you chose for week 8. Click on the chain icon to get the link to your panorama. Copy that link, and then submit it below here in the discussion. And you really just need to submit the link. You really don't need to put anything else if you don't want to. I just want everyone to see each other's live panorama from the Demander site. That way you can view them full screen, a little nicer view. And then I'd like everyone to view and comment on at least 3 other classmates' panoramas. And so you can do more than that. You can comment on more than that, but at least 3 would be awesome. That way I know you've seen each other's work, you've looked at each other's panos, and made some comments on, where did you shoot it at, what was your settings, whatever questions you want to ask or comments you want to place, that's fine. Make sense? So that's for this week. So while you're going through your panorama process to download your panorama, remember to do this week 9 step of putting a link to your Demander show of your panorama. We did post on myrvc.org and Facebook and Twitter. I'll go there real quick. We do have a need of somebody to shoot a video this Saturday for Transform Rockford. They're doing a morning, afternoon type of event, and they requested one of our students to video the session. You would have to have your own video camera, or you probably could video it with a high-end video camera phone that has a nice video camera built into it. But let me go there to make sure I'm getting the right information. Yeah, so they need someone to video a Transform Rockford event this Saturday. If interested, reply to the post. So if you are interested, it's just a volunteer thing. And once you're finished, I'll get the video from you, and it'll be on their website and on social media after some editing's been done, I'm guessing. So if you are interested or know somebody that's interested, and likes to shoot videos. Doesn't have to be in this class. It could be somebody you work with, go to church with, whatever, that one of your friends or family or neighbors likes to do video. Just reply here and I'll get in contact with them so we can give them the place and time of where the video is going to be. Okay. Also, there's a couple other announcements on the Facebook page that was put out today and on our website. There's a career and internship fair Wednesday, March 16th. That's tomorrow. It's going to be at the Rockford University Burpee Center, and it's a cohort of Rock Valley College and Rockford College combined to help students find internship opportunities, help you with resumes, help you with, there'll be businesses there hiring on the spot interns. So if you want an internship or anything leading to a job, it'd be a good experience for you. So again, that's tomorrow, March 16th. And if you click on the link, it shows you how to register and all that good stuff. So that one I want to mention, 4 days to spring. Woo. And let's see what else. That. Oh, CIS courses where web and CIS both are posted on our Facebook page. The March 23rd is the priority registration date for summer courses. March 27th is open registration date for everybody else. What that means is if you have like, what is it, 48 or more hours, I believe it is, something like that, 32, I can't remember what the priority, there's a number of credits you have to get priority registration. And basically, if you're full-time, you've been full-time for a year or so, you can do priority registration a little earlier than everybody else. So avail yourself to the list on Facebook for both CIS and web. We do have WordPress, iOS Bootcamp. We've also have programming related to the internet, CIS 102, and a number of 102 classes, CIS 102 classes. All right. So anybody doing anything special for spring break? Or just take a break from school? Break from school. There you go. Everybody needs that. All right. So this week we talked about completing the panoramic from week 8. Went over that. So by next Tuesday, when you guys come in, we'll have your 11 by 17s printed out, or I will, along with the mat boards. You will get your hands a little sticky with the 3M glue, just so you know, but it washes off fairly easily. And it's cool to know how to do it, I think. So it's cool to know how to post your own photos for showcasing them, for putting them up in the house, whatever you want to do with them. So we're going to talk about landscape photography tonight, and panoramic. Last week, landscape. This week, next week is macro photography, by the way. Macro photography is always a lot of fun. Taking close-up shots of objects. But this week we're going to talk about landscape. You did a little bit on landscape in week 8 with the panoramics, because it's basically a landscape that you're taking a picture of and multiple shots of it, a wide landscape. I'm going to quickly rush through this. All right. So one of the things landscape gives is maximum depth of field. When you're shooting a landscape shot, it's going to give you, you want maximum depth of field to get more creative kind of 2 and 3D effects to your image. And one of the things you're going to have to do, basically, the simplest way it says on the first paragraph, is to choose a smaller aperture or a larger number for your aperture. As a smaller aperture is a greater depth of field you're going to have. So it's going to have a wider opening for that light to come through. Keep in mind, though, smaller aperture means less light hitting your sensor at any point in time. So you need to compensate by increasing the ISO. But if you use the aperture mode on your camera, it'll automatically adjust your ISO for you. Um, Also, probably a good idea when you're doing wider shots, landscape shots, to have a tripod or something to lean against. I would recommend if you're going to be taking photos after this class, which I'm thinking you will be, it'd be a good investment to purchase a tripod at this point. Um, Walmart, great deals on them. Camera Craft on Perryville has, cheap and expensive ones both. So if you guys do find one that's a really great deal in this next week as you're shopping around, just shoot me an email and I'll post it for everybody. When I say good deal, I mean anything from $20 to $30 roughly is a good deal for a tripod. You really don't want to spend more than that for your first tripod. You can, but I wouldn't recommend it because as you get more into photography, and you can spend more money later on. But right now, I wouldn't spend more than that. So tripods recommended, not required. You can do it without a tripod. But because the shutter speeds open longer for a small aperture, you need a way for that camera to be steady at a longer time. Also, focal point, even though it's a wide image, or because it's a wide image, one of the things you need to be careful is you need to realize there needs to be some focal point in that image, something you're focusing on. A tree, an object, a building, a person, an animal, something needs to be focused on. And make that in the rule of thirds, put it in one of the 4 quadrants of your image, just like you normally would. Also, it's important on foregrounds. If you can look on the overhead, this one has a nice foreground in front of the mountain scene, which is, by the way, the object of the focal point of the photo. But the daisies here give a nice foreground to the photos. It gives a depth to the photos. Just adding something in front of the object will give natural depth to it. And so by adding something in the foreground is going to help give depth to that photo. And the sky, consider the sky. Another element to consider is the sky in your landscape. You want to do the 1/3 or 2/3 rule. Your 1/3 land, 2/3 sky, 2/3 land, 1/3 sky type of thing. And it doesn't have to be perfectly straight on the line, by the way. It can be zigzag or whatever it is that you're shooting. And what that's going to do is kind of keep it from being bland and boring by keeping a 1/3, 2/3 rule. Consider enhanced skies. So what it means is you can do post-production on this one to enhance your skies, like this one here of this road with the light post-production clouds, adding some red tint to it. You can definitely do that. You've already done some post-production with your images up to this point. Some of you have been doing it a while, some of you just starting, so a great time to practice with that a little bit, and some filters and things like that. Lines when you're dealing with landscape is important as well, making sure that your lines are leading to some object or what the object your focal point is on. Now this one also here, because the line, the object actually is the road, the object is the road, going down to the edge here, you wonder what's beyond the object here, what's beyond the end of the road. Also, you want to kind of wonder what's beyond the end of the horizon here as well. Capture movement of some type. So just because it's doesn't have to be a perfect day outside, it can be cloudy, it can be rainy. Great time for great landscapes and capturing the movement of that. And again, the main setting this week is going to be aperture, playing with that. And if you use the aperture mode on your camera, it'll adjust the ISO for you. You can also do manual mode and adjust the aperture, and the ISO will have to be done manually. Aperture, I would do first and foremost, and then bump up your ISO as needed. Here's an example of a cloudy sky. We've got a number of them coming up. So use it to your advantage for nice landscapes around where you live, work. And then golden hours. I've already talked about horizons, so we'll end on golden hours on the discussion here, but Golden hours is basically going to be the early morning or dusk time is important for landscape because it makes things just look more interesting. Patterns come through, light comes through. And I'm going to end this